Alright guys, so let's keep these going. I'm actually not digging the concrete floor. So which pattern was that? This is why you should name your layers. Nope. Yeah, it was this one. So I'm going to come in here, select all of that. Oop. We'll create a new layer actually on top of that. So just so that you guys know what I did, here let me go back. Since I wanted to just select this and I didn't want to have to go back and magic wand it and take away all of this, and here's my pattern here. Here, let me deselect and show you. So I know that that's the selection I want. So what I did is I hold down Control and hit this little thumbnail, and it'll give me a selection of that pattern. And then I'm going to go New, because I really don't need that anymore. And I am going to fill that with something. Actually, you know what? Let me just do a real quick temporary save of that selection. Just call it 1. That way I can deselect and still be fine. I think I have enough of the trees at the moment, so I'm just going to close that guy out. Let's get a darker concrete. What's that? Yeah, let's just try that. Actually, I'll just bring it in here and let's do a slightly different technique. So here's this image and it's really large. And so what I want to do is I'll go ahead and stamp it on there. I'm good. And then what I'm going to do is now I'm on this brush metals texture, right? So I'm going to go ahead and load my number 1. And then use that as my mask so that I only see this image in this selection area. So I have my thing selected. I'm going to come down here and hit Layer Mask, and there you go. So you can see my original concrete image is still there. It's really big, but it's masking it with this shape. So if I come here and if I move this image, you can, oh, sorry, because it's locked. Let me unlock it. You can see that I'm still moving that image, but I could only see where my my selection was. All right, so that was another way of kind of creating a texture, and I think that looks better. I think I'm going to keep that, and you know, and you guys can do whatever. I mean, I'm also doing this off the cuff, so hopefully you guys could come up with a better floor plan than what I have. All right, so let's you know, let's make this more kind of drafty lines. Remember, so just like the elevation example, I'll make some copies, and I'll take the very bottom layer and I'll do a filter. Let me do a blur. Okay, and then that one I'll do another blur, but oh nope, I'm going to go back. That way then I can change the direction so that it blurs in both directions. So you can see, you know, right away it's much softer to the drawing in itself. I mean, it may be too blurry, but for the most part, so I'm going to take these 2 layers and then combine them. So right click and then merge down. So now I have one blurred layer, and there I start to erase a little bit so that it doesn't look so crazy. And I'll just get a big eraser. Maybe I'll try, oops, that wasn't good. Yeah. So I'm just kind of going there and just kind of mucking up the lines a little bit, you know, so that not everything's so evenly blurred. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, it looks pretty, I think it looks pretty nice. So here's a difference without the blur. Looks really crisp, and then now it has a little soft, kind of a hand-drawn kind of a feel to it. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it like that, guys. Oh, you know what? Let me show you how to do like a monochromatic. Maybe you guys go to a architecture school and, you know, the teachers are like, hey, that's too close of a realistic wood floor and blah, blah, blah. And maybe you wanted to make it monochromatic. One quick and dirty way to do that is to create another layer, but I'm going to bring my layer. So I want all of my lines to be on the very top. So I have another layer here, and let's, I don't know, let's try that. And then I can do a, let's say a multiply. Ooh. Nah, actually that's kind of interesting. So that was the saturation. All right, it's just kind of making everything saturated with that particular gray color that I did. So, all right, that's cool. So that's how another really quick way to kind of make it monochromatic. And all right, so hopefully you guys are having fun, and please experiment, and you know, try not to give me something that looks exactly like this, but take what you've learned and, you know, be creative and give me a floor plan that, you know, is colored, and show me what you got. All right, guys, we'll see you guys on the next demo.